Hey everyone, today I'll be doing the term 2 week 1 pure math diagnostic practice quiz. Okay, now I'll start off with question 1. Which of the following is true about the function given by f of x equals 8x over x squared minus 64? Okay, they want us to find the asymptotes. So, what do you do here? Listen, I will teach you the long way and I'll teach you the short way because there are shortcuts. First, let's take the long way. First of all, I will find the vertical asymptotes. How do I find them? I know for a fact this denominator cannot be 0. Why? Because if I make it 0, remember, anything divided by 0, okay, divided by 0, this is what? Undefined. Right? This is not possible. So the values here that make my denominator 0 and consequently make my function undefined are my vertical asymptotes. So x squared minus 64 equals 0. X is equal to plus or minus 8. You know how to do this. I'm not going to solve this for you. Yani. This is grade 9. Take 64 to the other side, take the square root, positive or negative. These are your vertical asymptotes. Right? So x equals negative 8 is a vertical asymptote, and x equals positive 8 is a vertical asymptote. Just so you know. Now, I'm going to erase this. I'm going to keep this because we need it. Now, I'm going to teach you the long way to find the horizontal asymptote and the short way. The long way just so you can understand, and the short way so you can solve it quickly in the exam. Just skip 10 seconds from now. If I'm still explaining, just skip another 5 seconds. I'll be done. Okay, skip from starting now. So to find this, I'm going to take the limit. Right? The limit as x approaches plus or minus infinity. Okay? Now, obviously of the function 8x over x squared minus 64. Now for these functions, for rational functions, I only need to worry about the terms with the coefficients of the terms with the highest power. So limit of the function with the highest power. Now I'm only concerned about 8x over x squared. Okay, this is what I'm only concerned about now. X as it approaches plus or minus infinity. Okay, I'm gonna write it here. X approaches plus or minus infinity. Okay, now this can be simplified, right? Divide by x on both sides, 8 over x. But I obviously need to write the limit. So limit as x approaches plus or minus infinity of 8 over x. Now, substitute positive infinity. You'll get what? 8 over infinity. Now, 8 over infinity will get infinitesimally small. We call that very, 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 very small. Yani imagine 8 over 1 billion. Put it on your calculator. 8 over 1 times 10 power of 9. You'll get... Okay, it shows you 8 times 10 power of 9, but this is like 0.0000000 whatever. It's like a lot of zeros. So imagine it to infinity. This is approximately equal to 0, right? This is just very, very, very close to 0. You can basically round it to 0. So that means y equals 0 is a horizontal asymptote, right? This is a horizontal asymptote for this question. Now, try negative infinity as well, just to check. Okay, you'll get negative, now you'll get negative 0.00000, but again, that's just very, very, very close to 0, right? So you can confirm that y equals 0 is horizontal asymptote. And these two are your solutions. Now, say you didn't want to do all of this. The simpler way, okay, is the shortcuts, knowing the shortcuts. Now, for a rational function with the terms a over b or p over q, whatever, if the degree of p, the highest degree of p, is less than the highest degree of q, which is what we have here. Look, the highest degree of p, the numerator, is x to the power of 1. 1 is our degree. At the bottom of our denominator, q, it's 2. 2 is our degree, right? Here, highest degree is 2. So this is our case for this one. The horizontal asymptote is y equals 0. Now, if they are equal, degree of p is equal to degree of q, then the horizontal asymptote is what? Y equals a over b. Okay, so as an example, give me y equals 7x cubed over 4x cubed. The horizontal asymptote here is what? 7 over 4. Y equals 7 over 4. Okay, this is just an example. Now, final case, if degree of p is greater than the degree of q, then your horizontal asymptote is y equals infinity. Technically speaking, you don't have a horizontal asymptote, but these are your cases right here. Okay, these are your cases, memorize them. So let's take, for example, our function here, 8x over x squared minus 64, right? Our highest degree is 1 in the numerator for p, so 1, and the highest degree in the denominator is 2. So it's the first case, case 1, right? Degree of p is less than degree of q. What's our horizontal asymptote? Y equals 0. Now, this is the problem. There is no problem, sorry, this is the solution. So x equals plus or minus 8 and y equals 0. So vertical asymptote x equals plus or minus 8 and horizontal is y equals 0. Done. Okay. Wait, I chose it right? Let me just, I think I saw x. To be fair, it's very late, so yeah, okay, this is correct. Which of the following is true? Okay, they want the domains. Now, the domain of g of x equals x squared minus 8x is the set of all whole numbers. This is wrong. Why? It's all real numbers, right? All whole numbers is basically z. It's the set of integers. What is this? This is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., etc. Now, here's the thing. This function, this polynomial can accept pi. يعني it can accept, I don't know. You can have pi squared minus 8 pi. This is real. This is valid, right? Like do it on your calculator. It'll give you a real number. So this is wrong, right? All whole numbers. I just found an irrational number, right? Pi is irrational. You can do the set of rational numbers is q, right? So I can do 9 over 5. G of 9 over 5. Q means you can express it as like this, as a fraction. Now, I can have 9 over 5. So G of 9 over 5 is possible, right? 9 over 5 squared minus 8 times 9 over 5. That's a number. It gives me a real number. Why is this only the set of whole numbers? This is wrong. This should be the set of all real numbers. Okay, so the first option is wrong. Now, on to the second option. The domain of g of x equals x squared minus 8x is the set of all real numbers except 8. This is wrong as well. Why? Why is it except 8? This is wrong. It is all real numbers. Try substituting 8. 8 squared minus 8 times 8. 0. What's wrong with the number 0? 0 is a valid number. There's nothing wrong with this. So this option is wrong. Now, the domain of h of x is the set of all real numbers. This is wrong. Why? All real numbers. Now look here. Remember in the other question, in question 1, where I said this here can be undefined. This can be very much undefined, right? Like if I were try it, x plus 1 cannot be 0, right? So x cannot be negative 1. This is the restriction. All real numbers, x can be all real numbers. You write it like this, other than, or you can write it like this, negative 1. Okay, so this is the actual this here is the actual domain, right? All real numbers. This basically says x belongs to all real numbers except negative 1. But here, as you can see, the domain of h of x is the set of all real numbers. Where does it say except negative 1? This is wrong. Now, the domain of f of x equals radical x plus 5 is the set of all real numbers greater than or equal to negative 5. This is absolutely correct. Why? Now, I'm going to explain this with an example. Okay, try substituting negative 6. So f of negative 6. This will give you what? Negative 6 plus 5. طبعا we're only dealing, طبعا means of course for the people who can't speak Arabic. This is what negative 1, which is what no, we're working in the real plane. We're not working in the imaginary plane. So this is not an accepted value. I don't need this right now. This is, technically speaking to me, this right here, this is undefined. I don't know I'm not familiar with I don't know what I is. Okay, so how do we actually know, like instead of an example, how do I actually explain this to you? First of all, you know that radical x is only valid for x greater than or equal to 0, right? Because you can have radical 0. You can have any number equal to or greater than 0. Radical 0 is 0, right? Look, radical 0 is what? 0. Do it on your calculator. You'll get a number. You'll get 0. You won't get undefined. So, you can apply the concept to this. Radical x plus 5. So, radical x plus 5. Now, this has to be greater than 0, right? Because then you have an undefined value. So, what does that mean? That means that x plus 5 can be greater than or equal to 0. So, x can be greater than or equal to negative 5 only for any real number for that satisfies this inequality, right? Which is what this is telling me. The set of all real numbers greater than or equal to -5. This is absolutely correct. Why am I wrong? So we just solved this domain. This is wrong because again, -6 is a real number. Substitute it, you'll get I, or you'll get an undefined value on your calculator. So this is wrong. Except -5, no, because that includes -6 then, which is wrong. Obviously, all numbers below it. -7 will give you wrong 2. -8 will give you an undefined value. -9, -10, all the way until -infinity. Now, the domain of h of x equals 1 over x plus 1 is the set of all real numbers except -1. As I said, as I explained in this one, this is the exact same h of x, as you can see. Here, 1 over x plus 1. Right? X plus 1 cannot be 0, right? Because if I make it 0, then I'm dividing by 0. I don't know what better way to phrase it. I'm dividing by 0, and 1 over 0 is undefined. Do it. I'm going to do it on the calculator. 1 over 0. Math error. Yeah, you can't divide by 0. So, why am I doubting myself? Wait. X is equal to -1. X cannot be -1. It can be -2. 1 over -1 plus 1. 1 over -2 plus 1, or 1 over -1 plus 1. It can absolutely be -2 plus 1, for example. This is what? 1 over -1. Which is what? Just -1, right? It can be -3. It can be 1. It can be 2. It can be any real number except -1, which is what this is saying. All real numbers except -1. And this is the good answer. These are the two correct answers. Now, moving on. Hopefully, I'm moving on. Unable to read version settings. Thank you so much. Now, possible roots. To find the possible roots, okay, the formula is factors of constants, like this constant, the last term, over the factors of the coefficient with the highest degree. Right? Or the leading term, basically. So in this case, it's going to be the factors of 7, and this is 1x cubed, right? So the factors of 1, right? So what are the factors of 7? Let's factor 7. 1, 7. Right? These are the factors. Now, the factors of 1 is just 1. So I can divide 1 by 1. Oh, sorry, this is plus or minus. Plus or minus here. Plus or minus the factors. So you can have plus or minus 1 over 1. So plus 1 minus 1. Right? Now, I can divide 7 by 1. I actually have to divide 7 by 1. 7 divided by 1. Plus or minus 7 over 1, which is what? Plus 7 minus 7. So these are my possible roots. Plus 1, minus 1, plus 7, minus 7. So minus 7, 1, -1. These are my answers. Plus 7 isn't in the options. So 7, 1, -1. Moving on. Okay, consider the curve C. This is a really easy question. Consider the curve C, whose equation is given by f of x equals to x squared minus 0.125x. If n is the line normal to C at 0, 0, okay, and Q is a point on n, what must be the value of SP? Okay, so first of all, we will derive this equation. F prime of x is equal to what? 4x minus 0.125, right? This is just basic power rule derivative. If you don't remember, take the power down, multiply it, then subtract 1 from the power. Here, this is power 1, take it down, 0.125 times 1, 0.125, subtract 1 from 1, 0. So, yeah, this is the derivative. Now, the slope of the tangent at C, right? Because they're telling me what the n is the line normal to C. To find the equation of the normal line, I need to find the equation of the tangent line, or the slope of the tangent. At the minimum, the slope of the tangent, which is actually all you need. It's not at the minimum. It's all you need. So the slope of the tangent is what? F prime at what x value? 0, right? This is 4 times 0 minus 0.125, which is what? Negative 0.125. So this is the slope of the tangent. Now, you should remember the slope of the tangent times the slope of the normal make -1. So what does that mean? This means that the slope of the tangent is, or slope of the normal is negative 1 over the slope of the tangent. We call this the negative reciprocal. So essentially, you're taking the number, flipping it, or putting 1 over that number and adding the negative sign. So negative 1 over negative 0.125 will give me negative 1 over negative 0.125, 8. That's the slope of the normal. Y equals 8x plus b. Now, I have the point to C. I have the point of where it's normal to, right? 0, 0. So I'm going to substitute that here. 0 equals to 8x plus b. B is going to equal to 0, right? Or 8 times 0 plus b. B is 0. So خلاص, this is the equation of the normal. Now, I just had to find b. But in our case, b was 0. That's why I substituted. Okay? Now, we have to substitute 5, right? To find s. Now, y equals 5x, or sorry, 8x. 8 times 5, x is 5, that's why, 40. So q is 5, 40, and 40 is s. So let's write that down. Okay. Question 5. Given this number, what whole number is equal to f prime of 2? Now, I believe calculator with integral signs are allowed, so you can just do this on your calculator. But for those who don't have a calculator, this is easy. The rule when you have a over b or ax over b, whatever, b, I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. The rule is, this is the normal definition. F prime of x is equal to u prime v minus v prime u over v squared. Okay, so what's f of prime of x here? What's the derivative of the top one? 18x squared. This is u. This is my u. This is my v. Now u prime. Derive 18x squared. 36x, right? 36x multiplied by. Sorry, I forgot my brackets here. 36x multiplied by v, 1 plus x, minus v prime. Differentiate this. This is just negative 1, right? Because this differentiates to 0. This is 1. Wait, this is just 1. No, this is 1, not negative 1. This is 1. U is 18x squared. All over what? 1 plus x squared. Now, you don't need to expand this. You don't need to simplify this. Leave it. Why? Because they're just asking you, not for the derivative. They're asking you to the number, to the value of f prime of 2. Just substitute 2 for x. So now, you type in all of this, but instead of x, you write in 2. So, 36 times 2 multiplied by 1 plus 2 minus 1 into 18 into 2 squared. Close the bracket. Over 1 plus 2 squared. 16. 16 is my number. Now, in case they allow the calculators with the integral signs, you know how to do the derivative. But let me just make sure. So 18x squared over 1 plus x. X is equal to 2. 16. Yeah, so we derived correctly. Now, again, you don't need to simplify this. Sorry. You don't need to simplify this. You just need to substitute 2 because no one is checking. It's a computer part. Literally, no one can check. No one knows. So just substitute 2 for x and these values. Whenever you see an x, we were done. You get your answer. 16. Done. Okay. Okay, question 6. And the integral of 49x squared radical x. Now, there is a rule. Whenever you have a constant in the integration, you can take it out. So this is the same exact thing as the 49 times the integral of x squared radical x dx. Okay? Now, radical x, you can rewrite this as what? X to the power of 1 over 2. Right? So this is equal to 49 times the integral of x squared multiplied by x to the power of 1 over 2 dx. Now, remember the rule, whenever you have x to the power of n multiplied by x to the power of m, what is it? X to the power of n plus m. Right? So this is essentially the 49 times the integral of x, 2 plus 1 over 2, do it on your calculator, it's 5 over 2, I'm pretty sure, let me just make sure, 5 over 2, so x power 5 over 2 dx. Okay, now I don't need anything else here, so I'm just erase this. This is my answer, this is my final integral, right? Now, how do we do this? The rule for the integral is, if you have the integral of x, let's say x to the power of n dx, okay, don't forget the dx. To do this, you essentially add 1 to the power, so n plus 1, divide by the new power, n plus 1. Okay, this is the integral, and don't forget the plus c. Okay, so now we can do this. So integral of x to the power 5 over 2 dx. What's this equal to? This is equal to add 1 to the power, so 5 over 2 plus 1, 7 over 2. Now divide by 7 over 2 plus c. Right, this is my integral, so I'm gonna erase all of this because these are just rules that I just finished. I don't need them anymore. Okay, so this can actually be expressed as what? 49 x to the power of 7 over 2 divided by 7 over 2 plus c. Okay, now multiply 49 by 7, divide 49 by 7 over 2. You get 14. So this answer is what? 14 x to the power of 7 over 2 plus c. Now, 7 over 2 will simplify to x cubed radical x. You know that. You can simplify it. Like, let me show you. So this is what? This is the square root of x power of 7, right? Now you can rewrite x power of 7 as what? X to the power of 6, not x to the power of 6 times x, right? Take this out. This will be x cubed because it will be x to the power of 6 over 2. So x cubed, you keep the radical x in. So this is your answer. But they did it for us. They did the conversion for us. We don't need to do it. If they need you to type it out, then you do that. But for all we need right now, all we need is this constant, 14. And that is our answer right here, 14. Okay. Okay, question 7. Given f of x equals 20 radical x squared plus 36, what whole number is equal to f prime of 8? So for this, these two are products, right? They multiply, they're called products. So f prime of x in this case is what? U prime v plus v prime u. No weird division by v squared, no subtraction, just really nice addition. So this is my u, this is that I do a v. This is my u, this is my v, right? Just so there's no confusion. Now, u prime v. So this part here, u prime. This is interesting because 20 is u equals 20, right? Now, derive u prime. This is there is no x here. This is x to the power of 0, technically speaking, right? So you're multiplying the whole thing by 0. The derivative is just 0. Right? Again, remember, without me explaining it, the derivative of a constant is 0. Done. This is a rule you should be knowing from last year. The derivative of a constant is 0. So think about it. This is 0 times radical x squared plus 36, right? Radical x squared plus 36. This is just going to be what? 0. I don't need to know anything else. خلاص, done. This is 0. Now, v prime u. V prime u, let's derive v. V is equal to radical x squared plus 36. Okay, so this can be rewritten as what? X squared plus 36 to the power of 1 over 2. Right? Now, v is equal to, first differentiate what's on the outside. So this whole thing, derive it. It's going to be half of x squared plus 36. Now, subtract 1 from the power, negative 1 over 2. Okay, multiply this by, what's the derivative of what's on the inside? Now, derive what's on the inside. It's 2, right? 36 differentiates to a constant. Remember, x squared is just 2x. There we go. Done. Now, if you want to simplify it further, I don't recommend simplifying it. This is half goes with the 2. Done. It is x multiplied by x squared plus 36 to the power of 1 over 2. Okay, so v prime u is what? V prime is this. U is 20. So this is 20 multiplied by x into, let me just add square brackets here, x squared plus 36 to the power of 1 over 2, negative 1 over 2. Okay, now What do we do here? We're gonna substitute 8, right? I don't need to show them that like there's no need to simplify anything. I don't need to show them my work. I don't need to do anything else. Remember, they cannot see me. I'm on a computer. So just substitute 8 for x. So let's do it. 20 multiplied by 8. Let's do it like step by step together. 20, open the bracket. 8, open another bracket. 8 squared, which is just 64, do it straight away, plus 36, close the bracket, press the exponent button, negative half, or negative 0.5 or negative 1 over 2, you do you, close the second bracket, you will get 16. And 16 is your answer. Okay, now remember, if they allow the calculator with the integral sign, go ahead, use the derivative function if you have it. It'll actually be way faster. I just took 3 minutes explaining this. But you can finish it literally 20 seconds. The answer is 16. Done. I forgot to put the answer. There we go. Okay, question 8. What's the value of W? Okay, W is an integral. So what do we do here? Let's find the integral, right? Let's find this. Let's integrate this. 40x over 2x squared minus 1 squared dx. Okay, now this is a constant. 40 is a constant, right? Because if you think about it, I can write this as 40 into x over blah 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 dx. So I can take 40 out. This is 40 times the integral of x over 2x squared minus 1 dx. Squared 2x squared minus 1 squared dx. Now, how do we do this? This is a big number. You can expand it, but why would you? Well, then you have the separating. Well, it's really annoying. So don't do that. What you can do instead is you can say let u equals 2x squared minus 1. So now what do you have? Du by dx is 4x. Right? So du is 4x dx. Right? I just took the dx up. So what does that mean? Now I can completely change my integral. So I'm going to write it up here now. I'm going to write it x over u squared dx 40. Now, here, this is weird, right? I have x, I have u, but my integral is with respect to x, right? So what do? Why did I find this? So I can make it with respect to u. Now, I have x dx. I need 4x dx. What do? I multiply by 4 on the inside, right? So 40 integral 4x dx over u squared. Now, I multiplied by the inside, on the inside by 4. I'm going to multiply on the outside by 1 over 4. I multiply by the reciprocal. So 40 times 1 over 4 integral 4x over u squared. This 4x dx will become du, as we see here. So I'm going to write 1 over u squared du. Now all of this, you see all of this, I don't need it anymore. This whole thing got done into one sentence. It got condensed. Now, 40 times 1 over 4, this is just 40 over 4, which is what? 10. Right? So if you have trouble with this, but not do it on a calculator, you'll get 10. So 10 integral of u to the power of minus 2, I took it up, du. Right? So then I add 1 to the power. So 10 times u to the power of minus 1 over minus 1 plus c. This is what? This is negative 10 over u. Now u is what? 2x squared minus 1. Done. This is my integral. Okay. Now, This is not what they want to, plus c, of course, plus c. This is not what they want. This whole thing is w of x. They want w of 0 minus w of 1. So let's find w of 0. W of 0 is what? Negative 10 over 2 into 0 squared minus 1. So minus 1. This is just what? 10. Right? Now, w of 1, I'm going to write it under it, is negative 10 over 2 times negative 1 squared minus 1. 10 plus c for the one above it plus c. This is what? Negative 10 over 2 minus 1. Just 1, negative 10. Yeah, wait, why did I do that? Negative 10. So, w of 0 minus w of 1. I don't need any of this anymore. Right? I'm just going to keep the bottom numbers. Is equal to 10 plus c minus negative 10 plus c. Okay, so what's this equal to? Minus 10 plus c minus and minus become plus. 10 minus with plus becomes minus c. C and minus c cancel out. 10 plus 10 is 20. This is my answer, 20. Okay, let me just write 20. So why is it not? There we go. 20. Moving on. Question 9. Sorry, I had to go do something. I paused the video so it shouldn't be any concern. A square of side x centimeters is moved from each corner of a square or cardboard that measures 30 by 30. The sides of the cardboard are then folded vertically upwards to make an open box of height x. Okay, the value of x for which the volume of the open top box is maximum is something. Now, how do we do this? So first of all, let's draw what we have. We had this box initially, right? At the start, we had this square cardboard, right? This was 30. This was 30. Now, they removed the side x, like a square side x. So x here, 4 times. So this. Okay? So what did this become? It looked like this now. Something like this. Now, if this whole thing here was 30, right? And each side here is x. What is this? This is 30. Sorry, let me just erase this. 30 minus 2x, right? Same thing goes here. This part here is 30 minus 2x. Okay, now these sides here, this side got folded in, these sides got folded in like this to make a box, an open top box. Now, you know the volume of a box is what? Length times width times height. So this is essentially what? The height is x, because the height is the square side, right? So the volume of the box is length times width times height. The length is 30 minus 2x. The width is also 30 minus 2x, so we'll just write 30 minus 2x squared multiplied by x. Now, this, remember, you can use the remarkable identity a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, because there's a minus in the middle. So let's do that. V is equal to 30 squared is 900 minus 2ab, 2 times 30 is 4 times 30, which is 120. Let me just make sure. 2 into 2 into 30. Yeah, 120. 20x. Sorry, let me just move so I have more space. So V is equal to 900, or x multiplied by 900 minus 120x plus 4x squared. Okay, so V is now 900x, or let me just move it like this. V, I can erase these now, can't I? I don't need them anymore. This was just as a figure. V is equal to 900x minus 120x squared plus 4x cubed. Okay, I just distributed the x that I have. Okay, now that this is all clear and it's a bit easier to solve, I need to find v prime. V prime is what? 900 minus 240x plus 12x squared. Okay, I need to set this equal to 0. So v prime is equal to 0. Now, I think I can factor 12 out, can't I? 900 divided by 12, yes I can. So, x squared minus 240 divided by 12 is 20, I believe. Let me just make sure. Yes, 20x minus 75 equals to 0. Okay, now you can solve this using quadratic formula. You can solve this with the calculator. So it doesn't really matter whichever way you solve it. And I did it wrong. What am I doing wrong? Give me a second. Okay, no, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I just put this minus as a plus, or this plus as a minus. This was 900. I read it as 9 minus 900, whatever. You divide by 12 is what I did from everything. So factor 12 out. So let me just go back. Factor 12 out. You'll get 12 into x squared minus 20x plus 75. Now, stationary points, minimums and maximums, are found when v prime is equal to 0. So x squared, 12 into x squared, whatever, all of this is equal to 0, right? Divide by 12 on both sides. So you're going to have x squared minus 20x plus 75 equals to 0. Now, this will factor into, you can factor this out, x, what are two numbers that give me, add up to 20 and multiply to give me 75? They both have to be negative. X minus 15, x minus 5. Alright, so x is equal to 15, x is equal to 5. These are my two solutions. Okay, these are my two solutions. Perfect. Now, I need to find my second derivative so I can properly assess which one's the minimum and which one's the maximum. Okay, so these are my points, right? I cleaned up the whiteboard. I cleaned up the board so I can do the second derivative. Now, second derivative, this 900 differentiates to 0. This will be minus 240 plus 24x. Right, so this, let's rearrange, it's just 24x minus 240. Okay, now, I don't need this anymore. This is done. So now we're gonna substitute 15 and 5. V prime prime at x equals 15, or x equals 5. Let's try x equals 5 first. 24 times 5. 24 times 5 minus 240. Negative 120. Now, negative 120 is less than 0, right? Negative 120 is less than 0. This is good because that means maximum. Okay, when v prime prime or any number d squared y by dx squared, this is the notation for the second derivative, is less than 0. Okay, this means what? This means maximum. Now, if it was greater than 0, this means minimum. You know, think of it as like the opposite. If it's like a positive number, you'd think it's the maximum, but no, it's the minimum. If it's a negative number, you'd think it's the minimum, but it's the maximum. It's the opposite of what you think, right? So here, in our case, it's less than 0. Less than 0 means maximum. So I don't need to check for x equals 15 because I already found it. They only gave me one space. They didn't give me two. So I know that it is maximum for 5 centimeters. This is the side, x equals 5. Because they told me the value of x. Now, if they told me find the volume for which the maximum, find the volume maximum, what will I do? I have this is my volume, right? 900x minus 120x squared plus 4x cubed. I'm going to substitute 5, sorry, my pen fell, right into v. We then I'd find the volume. But they're not asking that from us. So, problem solved. I forgot to put in 5. I'll just go right now and write it. Like, how did you read that as not a 5? Well, to be fair, it might have looked like as an S. It's okay. Question 11. No, we're on question 10. Sorry. Inflection point. Inflection point means the second derivative of f of x is equal to 0. So let's derive this really quickly. F prime of x is what? 12x squared. Right? F prime of x is 24x. Now setting this equal to 0, you'll find that x is equal to 0. Done. not an O. You know what? Almost done. 0. Question 11. Okay, this is the similar concept. Wait, I went to question 12 by accident. It's okay. So, the surface area of the cylinder with base R and height h is given by S equals 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. Its volume is given by V pi r squared h. If V is equal to 3456 pi centimeter cubed, then surface area can be expressed as B over R pi plus 2 pi r squared, where B is a whole number. We determined what's the value of B. Okay, this is easy. So, here, what do? We're gonna have to put one in terms of the other. So, V is pi r squared, right? What does that mean? Don't you think V is this? So it's actually 3456 pi is equal to pi r squared height. Now I can cancel and cancel, so let me just erase them, right? So do you think it'll be easier later on in the future, or actually right now, to express r in terms of h, where I'd have a square root because it's r squared, or h in terms of r because h is already big to the power of 1? Obviously h in terms of r. So h is what? 3456 over r squared. Okay, I will use this for later. Keep it in mind. So keep it to the side. 3456 over r squared. What's the value of B? Now, surface area is what? 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. So S is equal to 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. Now, h, what did we say it was? 3456 over r squared, right? So S is equal to 2 pi r into 3456 over r squared plus 2 pi r squared. Okay, r and r squared will cancel out. That will give me 2 pi multiplied by 3456 over r. To find B now, B is B over r pi. So 3456 times 2, 6912. 6912 over r pi, and that plus 2 pi r squared. And that means my B is equal to 6912. And that is the first answer, I believe. Okay. Now, the next question is not that bad. So let's just put this in for 6912. The radius for which the surface area is minimal. So we need to find the derivative. Now, remember what we said. It is S is equal to 6912 over r pi plus 2 pi r squared. Now, we're gonna differentiate. So, S prime is what? Negative 6912 pi over r squared. Okay, I'm just doing this mentally. You should be able to do this off the top of your head too. Take this up, it'll be r to the power of negative 1, and differentiate like that. But if you want to do it using quotient rule, go ahead. You want to do it using chain rule, there isn't a chain rule, but like, go ahead, do whatever way you want, doesn't matter, as long as you get the right answer. So this is my first derivative. Okay, now what do I do with this? I can take one to the other side and cross multiply, right? I can do a lot of things with this actually. So what do we do? So 612 over r, let me just make sure I derived it correctly. R to the power of negative 1. Yes, okay. So I'm going to take this over to the other side. And since it's equal to 0, right? It's equal to 0 at stationary points. So 6912 pi over r squared is equal to 4 pi r. That's it. So that means that 6912 pi is equal to 4 pi r cubed, right? So now you can divide by 4 pi on both sides. You'll get 6912 pi over 4 pi, pi and pi will cancel, so you can just do 6912 over 4, 1728. This implies that r is equal to the cube root of this. So cube root of answer, 12. R equals 12 centimeters. And since this is our only value of r, you can only assume that this is the minimal value. Yeah, this is the only stationary value of r, because as you can see, we didn't get another value. I didn't get or negative 12. I didn't get or 5 like the last one. I got 15 and 5. No, this one I just got 12. So that's my only answer. Sorry, I'm solving this at 2 a.m. I'm doing math at 2 a.m. Okay, so for this question, given f of x equals 4x minus 2 and g of x equals 3x squared minus 8x plus 5, the rule for g of f of x, what? F of x? Oh my god, I'm sounding like that guy. G of f of x can be expressed as blah blah blah. Alright, so what do you do here? Now, this is the same exact thing as writing g f of x like this, just so you have like a clear idea of what's going on. So what is this essentially telling me? You see this f of x? I'm gonna put this in g of x, right? Clear? So instead of x, I'm gonna put in 4x minus 2. That's basically what's happening. So 3 4x minus 2 squared minus 8 4x minus 2 plus 5. Done. So now we're gonna expand this. So I'm gonna work up here. 3 into 16x squared minus 2 times 2 times 4 is 16x plus 4 minus 32x plus 16 plus 5. Now 48x squared, 3 times 16 is 48, minus 48x plus 12 minus 32x plus 11, no, 21. So 48x squared stays the same. We have nothing to do with that. Negative 48 minus 32. Negative 48 minus 32 is negative 80, which they already gave me. And finally, 12 plus 21, 33. So my answer is 48x squared minus 80x plus 33. So 48x squared minus 80x plus 33. Done. Now, last question. What is the value of the remainder when dividing p of x, 4x to the power 4 plus 15 by x minus 1? Okay, this is very, very easy. Now, here's what's happening. You see this x minus 1? I'm going to flip the sign. I'm going to write x equals, flip the sign. Minus 1 becomes what? Plus 1. Okay, I'm going to substitute it in this. So, p of 1 is equal to 4 to the power of 4 times 1 to the power of 4 plus 15. P of 1 is equal to 4 plus 15 equals to 19. Done. This is my remainder. This is something called the remainder theorem. So essentially, x minus k, okay, you can put in, or if you want to divide, what was it, p of x by x minus k, so divided this, then p of k, okay, will give you the remainder. This is the rule for this one. Now, there are other solutions, so I'm just going to put in the answer and I'll teach you the method now. What are you going to do? You're going to do the polynomial division or synthetic division. Synthetic division, you can watch a YouTube video. It's really, really easy. Plus 15, x minus 1. So we're just going to put x minus 1 here. Okay, now, what do you need from x to make 4x to the power 4? 4x cubed. 4x cubed. 4x to the power of 4 minus 4x cubed. So minus and minus will make plus. 15 minus 4x cubed. Now, what do you need to make 4x cubed from x? 4x squared, right? You're going to keep repeating this process. So this will be, wait, that's not how you do it. You can rearrange this now. It will be minus 4x cubed plus 15. All right. So, wait. Yes, this will be plus. This will be plus. This will be plus. Because minus and minus make a plus. So, plus 4x squared. Yes, this will become 4x cubed plus 4x squared. Cancels out. 15 plus 4x squared, or 4x squared plus 15. Right? Now, you can now do 4x. You'll have 4x squared plus 15 plus 4x. Right? Cancels out 15 or minus. This is minus. Sorry, all these times this has been minus. So this will be 15 plus 4x. I'm gonna take it here, right? And then finally, to get to this, you're just gonna need to do plus 4. Now, 4x plus 15. 4, you're gonna do 4x minus 4. Cancels out. This is minus, make a plus 19. 19 is your remainder. See, all of this division took me like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I don't have time for this in an exam. So just remember the remainder theorem. If you're dividing p of x by x minus k, then p of k is your remainder. So you might be asking me, Tariq, okay, what if they give me in the form ax minus b? Okay, they probably won't do this, but if they do, it's gonna be p of factor a out. It's gonna be a into x minus b over a, right? You're gonna do p of b over a. Done. This will give you the remainder, and I just showed you how to divide. Synthetic division is very easy. It's 2:20. I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. Good night, guys. Not goodbye, and good luck. Let me just see if I did everything correctly, even though I think I did. This is the first time I've solved this quiz, but I'm pretty sure it's correct. Okay, it is correct. Yalla, good night, guys.